As a writer, you are doing the job of a god. You are creating a world, you are creating characters, you let them interact with each other, you decide what the fates of specific people are. All of that is the work of a god if you believe in them. But is that really what an author should be? I don't think so. I don't think that writers should regard themselves as gods, although they have a lot of capabilities within their story. They can basically create their story from the ground up. They can decide how the characters look. They can decide what they do next. They can decide whatever happens to them. They can decide in whatever location it happens to them. All of that is magically done by the writer, and that's the exciting part about writing. That's what I really enjoy about it. And all of that basically made me think, well, you are actually like a god. You are creating a world similar to what people understand gods did. In our case, in our real existence, if gods exist, that's probably what they did. But actually, you shouldn't regard yourself as a god. It's actually missing the point. Because what a god misses is something very, very crucial to what we are doing as writers. As writers, we are telling a story from the perspective of a character. And even though the character must not necessarily be a human, the characters in our stories have human experiences. And why is that the case? Because otherwise, if it was not understandable from a human's perspective, then we wouldn't understand the story. We basically wouldn't be able to tell such a story because it's not something that the audience will understand. There could be an outlier person on this planet who has a very unique experience, very specific to them with a very unique feeling. If there's nothing that helps the audience understand that or even closely understand how this feeling should be described, then, well, it's of no use. So this is what we are doing as a writer, is we talk in the terms of humanity, in the terms of our audience. So our audience is able to understand. Now, what are the limitations of a god? The only limitation that they have is having limitation, being human. Although they are able to create characters, what gods typically miss is because they are almighty, they lack limitation. They lack what your characters actually need the most. Your characters should have close to the same emotional landscape as your audience, so that the audience is able to identify with them, so that the audience is excited about feeling what the characters feel, experiencing what the characters experience. And if you take up the role of a god who sits in heaven or wherever he's located and looks down on your story, if you take that stance, then you will never understand what actually happens on the ground. The realm of a writer is not the realm of gods. Even though they create the story, they have to put themselves in the shoes of one specific character with their limitations, with their emotions, with all of the things they can't influence in their daily life. So in a sense, a writer should be a demigod with some kind of godlike capabilities, but also with the limitation of being human, being part of the audience. And what an audience usually also does is click the like button. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you on the next. Thank you.